Hello, welcome to Three Crows Runes. My name is Jen. Let's do some rune readings. Today it is Frigga's Day, or Freya's Day, depending on which one you like to reference on this day. It is the Goddess Day. It is definitely the fourth day of the month of Julius, and the moon is waxing gibbous. So let's see what message wants to come through today. We are using the Elder Futhark on Birch. You can probably hear my fan running behind me. I should probably turn that off. It's not going to make me super overheated if I turn it off, and then it'll be nice and quiet. Quiet. Nice and quiet. Okay, so let's get started. Let's see what message wants to come through today for whenever you find this video. Alrighty, let's see. Oh, good. I'm glad because I was flipping it. But it doesn't have a reversal, so it's all good. Okay. Oh, I have to do like an announcement soon because I've got a live event, like in-person event, coming up on July 20th at the Plant Mystic in Toronto, which is on the Danforth. Somebody's doing lawn work outside. That's wonderful. I turned the fan off and now we get lawn work. What you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What can you do? It's the summer. We're gonna hear it. All right. That's gonna be our accompaniment today. But that's okay. It's just outside. It's relatively quiet in here with the window. Okay. Your central issue... I don't want to have the window closed. I need the light. Okay. I don't think there was any difference, but anyway. Central issue today. We have Ingvaz. Ingvaz is Ing's rune. Ing is another name for Frey, and Frey is the fertility god. I usually read Ingvaz as active creation. So there's something that you're pulling together today based on what you have. You have these things to hand. So it's whatever you have that you can work with what you have to shape what you need to. Leading up to this, we have Laguz, which is the rune of the water. It's emotion, intuition, heart, and flow. And so you've been pretty yin about things up until this point, just letting things flow, just letting things just flow as they will, in that way, and trusting that it will be full of all that you need. However, we have reached a point where, and I'm going to reference that bit from Lloyd Alexander again, which was trust your luck, but don't forget to put your nets out. And there's a wonderful chapter in Terran Wanderer that is about that, basically, where he's staying with a family who live by the river, and they put nets out every day for fish, but anything that they catch in the net, they set aside. They say, okay, well, that's... And Terran is like, you guys... aren't you sad that you don't have fish? It's like, yeah, but we have this thing. We may need it one day. And so, and that's the sort of thing. So, that's sort of where you're at. You've had your nets out in the river that has been flowing and being very yin about it. But now you're in a situation where you're going to be taking the things that you've caught, and you're working with them. At the same time as just you're not going to be as passive about it at this point with the way you've been going along, for whoever this message is for, where you've just been going along relatively passively and just sort of accepting what came in. But now you're in a situation where you need to work with what you have to shape things around you and to control what you can, but also to shape what you need. What is going to help you with this is we have Tivaz reversed. Tivaz is Tyr's rune. Tyr's the warrior god, but he has mostly to do with taking care of things that need to be taken care of, tending to duties and responsibilities and things. Reversed, I'm seeing this as, first of all, not fighting what needs to be done. And, oh my gosh, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at... that you're going to definitely want to take care of the duties and responsibilities that you have to yourself. Make sure that you are tending to that. And look at this. So both of these have to do with taking care of what you need, taking care of what needs to be taken care of. Because above that is Nauthiz, which is the rune of need. So this has to do with tending to your needs. It's not reversed, but it is basically saying tend to your needs. Both of these are saying tend to your needs, and specifically tend to your needs. So this is not going to be about taking care of other people's needs. That lawn work, oh my gosh, I'm going to like lean out the window and yell at them, but they have to do it. So hopefully it's not coming through on the mic too strongly. Yeah, so basically this is for you. You definitely need to be taking care of this for yourself and in your life. And this is basically tending what is necessary in your life. The naked man freezes in the frost. So you basically have to make sure that you're taking care of this for yourself. So don't be afraid to do that. What isn't going to help is we have Gebo and we have Sovilo. So Sovilo is the rune of the sun. It's a very positive rune in a negative spot. And Gebo is the rune of the gift. This is an exchange. It's agreements, decisions, goals, and plans. Also a positive rune in a negative spot. As you are flowing along and just taking things very passively and sort of letting things flow, going with the flow, I think the way I'm going to read this, considering that this is always the antidote to this, you're worried about obligations that you have, agreements that you've made. And beyond that, it's, just a sense of, you're worried about energy levels, first of all, for the sun. You basically, first of all, energy levels, but also heat levels. And as far as like how, we use that term for like workload. So like you're worried about your workload and you're worried about what energy levels you may have to deal with that. And these are things that might drag you down if you let them, just like this fear about those things. But if that starts to be the case, bring yourself back up here where you're actually this is why you're doing this. This is why you're focusing on your own personal needs at this point. And this is why you are making sure that you're taking care of your needs and tending to your duties and responsibilities to yourself and making sure that these are taken care of. What this is ultimately going to lead you to is you're going to feel a lot less frantic. We have Avaz, which is the rune of the horse. The horse has to do with movement and also spirit. It is reversed on the path line. So we're flowing along, and now we're in a situation where we need to stop everything and just basically take care of things, using what we have to shape what we need to control what we can. And then we have, and so mostly just the important thing is just take this moment and do it. And what this is going to lead you to is we have Avaz reversed, which is the horse, which is movement and spirit, but it's reversed. So at this point, I'm seeing this really as you're not going to feel as frantic because things will be taken care of. You'll be able to actually take a moment and say, okay, phew, kick up your hooves and just not in a running around way, but in a, now I've taken care of this. I can actually rest. So that's interesting. So that is your reading, the message that needed to come through today. I wish you all the best with this, and I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye.